Hey, yo, what's up? It's
jbqtmgmt.
You just gonna say my part?
Yeah, like you saw my part in the last one.
Dang.
But you know what? I'm gonna stop myself. Yeah, no, it's JB
and QT, and welcome to VLOGMAS. I know we don't have any Christmas gear set up. Bear with us, y'all. It's November 30th. We are not December 1st. Christmas tree type folk. Do you feel me? Okay. Plus, we don't really have that much space. We're working with like one room. This screen looks so small to me. Like, we look small, but then I'm like, it probably won't come across like that on editing. So I'm not gonna do rag. Can y'all see I have a pink do rag on? Matches the pink in my shirt, the pink in the walls, the pink in the covers.
Isn't it on the walls now? What? What is it in this page?
Alright, come on, let's get to this.
Okay.
Let's
get into it.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Very, very fun. My Thanksgiving was, I wouldn't say very, very fun. It was just fun.
Glad to hear it.
How was yours?
Nothing, I don't really care. Well, you weren't here, and I kind of wish you were here.
Wow.
To have the creme brulee. Original creme brulee.
You'll be fine.
And the home fries. Nah, no. You say you'll be fine because you never had creme brulee.
No, I don't.
Oh, well, I'm going to insert a picture of creme brulee right here. Alright. What else? Oh, I have something I wanted to tell all y'all. You included. Did you know the song, like the springtime song? Like, and I think it's sung in the winter too, but mostly in the spring. Like, oh, not the wonderful time. These are a few of my favorite things. Did you know a song by a black man? John Coltraine.
I don't remember the voice of that song, but I do remember the saying.
These are a few of my favorite things. Something. And, because I was looking up the thing for Love Jones, the soundtrack, because I tried to watch Love Jones for like the 50 millionth time. And I was like, oh, it wasn't helping. And so I just turned over, because the TV like this way. So I turned this way, and I'm like, I just want to go to bed. And I did, but I wanted to hear some music. I think I had a headache. And so I wanted to hear some music. And so I played the soundtrack. I love the jazz sounds of In the Meantime by John Coltrane and somebody else in that movie. And I think it's in the very beginning. And even when they set the scene, oh, the jazz is so beautiful. The scene setting, oh, so beautiful. So I was listening and I said, let me just play like the rest of this album. Couldn't find it anywhere on streaming. It wasn't there on Apple Music. And then I played the rest of the album of John Coltrane, and I was like, this is a black man. I know this tune. It's, these are a few of my favorite things. That is a black man. That's crazy.
I don't remember the voice for it.
Okay, guys, so we took a little brief intermission because, we had to do a little sun out. We were ill prepared for class, honey. But, we came back better than ever. We came back, we studied for the test. And, let's hope we do right. We're not hoping just to pass. But, so, as I was asking you, how was your Thanksgiving? How was your Thanksgiving?
Y'all put a spin on anything, don't you?
Who's y'all? Who's y'all?
Versus break fast.
Huh?
Versus break fast. Now it's Thanksgiving.
First of all, break fast is actually how you say the word break. Wait. No, I say be fast.
Yeah, but it's still break fast for you.
Be fast. You are breaking fast.
But it's not. But it's breakfast.
Be fast.
Yeah, but it's breakfast.
Then you got Thanksgiving.
No, I've never heard that one.
That's what my mom says all the time. She says, Happy Thanksgiving!
I've never been here.
Yeah, because she didn't have to call you, so she says, Happy Thanksgiving!
Oh,
If she calls you, if she calls people, she says, Happy Thanksgiving!
Okay. Yeah, no, I've never encountered that before. I've never encountered that before.
So, how was your Thanksgiving?
I'm not going to answer it like that. I'm not going to answer it.
Well, mine was great, guys. We had we had creme brulee French toast. We had a wine. We tried a wine. It was me, my mom, and my stepdad. And we tried a wine that comes out once a year, and it's called Beaujolais Nouveau. And it was a red wine, so I did not like it. I think we all were not gonna like it. I thought that when we bought it in the store. I'm looking like, Mom, I don't think we're gonna like this wine. She bought 4. And we did not like it. Would you, Mr. Darwin Joseph, would like to talk and tell the people how your holiday was?
My holiday was very interesting. I've run into some interesting food options. I'm just gonna be as frank as possible. I ran into infused everything. Like, yeah, I went to a church dinner for Thanksgiving for one of my friends. She didn't want to go to church alone, which is funny because it wasn't on Sunday. It was like on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
This was but this was before Thanksgiving. Yeah, it was before Thanksgiving. So we went on Wednesday, and this pastor had weed. I'm not gonna call out who it was either. Don't want to mess up anyone's, reputation. I don't want to destroy that rapport we have. They infused all of the food except for the kids' portions of the food. They didn't infuse those. The kids had their own food.
They had regular stuff.
Yeah, regular stuff. While the adults didn't know they had weed infused everything.
Wait, the adults didn't know?
Yeah, no, they knew like after they came in. So no one brought any food. He made all the food.
The pastor?
Yes, the pastor made all.
It's so surprising that a pastor has, infused stuff.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I would call it, I'm not going to call it beautiful irony. I'm going to call that, I don't know what type of irony it was. It's my first time meeting the pastor, but much to say, I didn't eat anything at that. I actually didn't eat anything at the.
Is that because it was infused?
I actually was pretty worried. Like, this dude looked pretty crazy. I was pretty worried.
No, I'm glad you were worried.
No, they were you know how many people were at the venue? Over 500.
I'm glad you were worried.
No, the thing is, he made all of it with his family. They made it all. And he still made more than enough for 500 people. Enough to take home. Each person 10 plates. Think about that. That's a lot of food. It's a lot of food. I had fun with the family. We traveled a little bit. We bounced around a few family houses.
Comment below, because I have a bone to pick with people who go from house to house on Thanksgiving, child. I do not like that on Thanksgiving you have all these families who genuinely cook. You got mama, auntie, uncle, cousin, everybody, no matter if man, woman, about non-binary, whatever, you subscribe to. But you subscribe to cooking some meals for somebody to come over to your house. And then you have somebody come over to your house just to say, I'm not gonna eat too much because I'm going to some so-and-so's house later on too. So now I just slaved away. Excuse my French, made a whole meal genuinely from not the bottom of my heart, not the top of my heart, but the whole of my entire heart just for you to go on and spread it. Go on and say, I'll just take a portion of this because I want to go from house to house and abuse everybody else's good loving they done put up into that good cooking.
I got a bone to pick with the people who do the great cooking and invite a ton of people knowing that they have other places they were invited to. You're not the only one they were invited to.
Why not?
Because everybody wants a piece of you. That's why.
See, it's the person that everybody wants a piece of.
Yeah, pretty much. I know that feeling well. Everybody wants a piece of me.
But what about the feeling of the people who cooked? Folks done cooked for you.
Yeah, but you cooked for me, but doesn't mean I was the main guest. If I was the main guest.
What if you were the main guest?
So I'm the main guest at all the houses?
Yes.
Every single one?
Yes.
Whose fault is that?
Why is that their fault? How are they supposed to know that you have other obligations?
I would tell them. I do. You gotta let them know.
Last minute?
No, there's no last minute. You let them know ahead of schedule, so no one's surprised.
Did you let them know ahead of schedule?
Yes. Well, no.
Since you didn't make it to the person whose main course you were supposed to be a part of.
You mean the main course because no one else can hang with that person? Yeah, I thought so.
So you still didn't go?
No, I did not. Apparently.
And that is my bone to pick with folks, because it's like you have people who, you know, genuinely cook from the whole of their hearts.
Yeah, you genuinely cook from the whole of your heart with invitations for people who move around a lot.
And people have the nerve to accept multiple invitations. It's like Thanksgiving cheaters.
Oh, so what happens if there's everyone in that house except you goes to a different house and no one shows up to yours, even though they were asked by somebody else first? How would you feel about that?
I would feel very lonely and sad that nobody has not shown up to my house. But if it's because you were previously at somebody else's house, that makes sense. But if it's because you were hopping from house to house,
but that's
wrong.
No, but that's still hopping from house to house.
So honestly,
you went from somebody else.
Cheaters.
So doesn't that mean I'm cheating on someone else with that person? Because
yes.
But doesn't that mean?
Yes.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you also opened your heart blindly to people without knowing if they'll actually show up?
Thanksgiving cheaters.
And Thanksgiving naive people.
That's not naive.
Yeah, it is. If you expected all those people to come without actually knowing them, then that makes you naive.
It's not naive to think that, you know, you invite to one person or
who is that person? Yeah, who are those people?
Or the few people that may matter to you. You know, for you, you have multiple people who matter. You invite multiple people over.
I don't.
But
we don't.
You have to make sure that you are inviting guests who genuinely want to be there.
Yeah, I know. But we don't.
All you have to say about your holiday?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty fun. Got to see some wild things while I was down there. Quite a few interesting things. Instagram worthy, like World Star worthy. There's some fun things down there.
Yet, it is not on your page, Mr. Regular.jb.
Because some of that I would, let's just say I don't want to get.
Let's say it's none of your damn business.
No, not that. I just forget none of your business. I don't want the system taking it down.
Cause it's none of your damn business.
Moving on. That's not. I don't mean that. She's being theatrical. I don't mean that at all.
Okay, which leads me
my goodness.
to our topic of tonight's or of our video's discussion. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Consumerism. I don't know if y'all have seen in the news, child.
Why?
Because.
Why?
Oh my goodness. Come back into space. No. Okay, fine. Normal voice. I don't know if y'all seen in the news, but child. Inflation is crazy. Is it? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It really is. It has my local shops raising prices. Like, we went to the deli today and candy, like the candy at the stand where you pay for it. It was $1.25. And I'm like, am I in the Bronx or Manhattan? Manhattan is usually $1.25. You know,
which candy?
Your Crunch Bar.
Yeah.
Normally when we go to Manhattan, because Manhattan's a tourist destination, we got them, we got different types of people in Manhattan that normally dominate Manhattan, which is why they can afford to pay more. But
somewhat back home it's $119, $120. Yeah, for a Crunch Bar, yeah. It's been like that for like 1-2 years. Yeah.
And so the guy behind the counter says it's been like that for about 3-4 years. And I said 3-4 years.
1 to 3 years it's been like that.
And I said 3-4 years. I graduated in high school. The candy at the counter was still $1.
Which candy did you get?
Any candy,
what's Twizzlers. Any candy? Yeah, what's
Twizzlers,
any candy?
M&Ms, Crunch Bar. They were all the same unless it's like a big pack.
Where did you get it from?
The same deli.
The same guy?
The same deli.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You sure they wouldn't know their own prices?
Yes. I mean, granted, the guy behind that counter was different, but it's the same owners. It's just that guy's a younger guy.
Yeah. What happens if he has different principles?
So, whatever. So, that happened. I remember back before I left for college, it was $1.75, $1.50 for Pure Leaf. Now it's $2. Like, I remember back before I left for college and during my college summers, Haagen-Dazs at the deli was $5.25, about $5. Now it's a whole round $6.
I can't even comment on that one because I don't eat ice cream like that, so I can't say much.
I mean, and then the local pizza shop is soon raising the prices next month, technically this month, because y'all's coming out in December. But still, y'all, inflation is crazy, and it's only gonna get worse. And I think as we come into Christmas, it's crazy because we talk about inflation and we talk about how we may need to double down on consumerism. Granted, I did just breakfast date and Black Friday for the first time, but I feel like that was more of an investment. But I feel like
you still contributed to it.
I did. Yeah, I'm lucky that I even got my package like in 3 days. I'm lucky I got it like I guess the next 2 business days.
You still contributed.
But
to it.
Honestly, it's crazy. I think we just talked about how we buy TVs. We don't even need new TVs. So I was talking about that yesterday.
I thought it was today.
Huh?
I thought we were talking about that today.
Was it today?
I think
it was yesterday.
Was it?
When you got home. Oh, it might have been today.
Yeah, I thought it was today because we were talking about the 8K and the 12K. Oh, people can't tell the difference anymore.
I was saying regular consumers because I mean we happen to be in a field where we understand the difference, so we understand more than a consumer would. If you don't have a background in marketing or say IT or say anything that kind of goes into certain consumers fields or into specific fields, so we understand how certain products are marketed.
This might sound weird, but don't throw anybody that was in theater out either. Some people may think, oh, it's just the stage. It's just you guys acting. You don't know all this tech. No, they do, because somebody's got to be working in the backside of the theatrics. So they got to know resolution. They got to know setups. They got to know.
It's just crazy, don't you think, that when you have the Black Friday frenzy, and even today was Giving Tuesday. So basically,
I've never heard of that.
Giving Tuesday. So I've been seeing a lot of articles recently, and I'll put them on the screen. I've been seeing a lot of articles recently, and so like Insider Magazine, CEOs from Walmart and other major retailers just told Biden the supply chain crisis is getting better. His interest watchdog doesn't believe him. Then we have why Dollar Tree is ditching the dollar forever. The FTC wants information from Amazon, Walmart, and other giants about empty shelves and rising prices. And then there's just a bunch more articles right now. Like Cyber Monday online sales dropped 1.4% from last year. It's at $10.7 billion, falling for the first time ever. Alabama woman who took on Walmart after shoplifting awarded. Okay, well, no, we don't need that. But it's a lot. It's a lot right now where it's like we have a lot of contradicting things, you know, and I understand retail therapy and I understand needing certain things. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely will be buying things in the near future because I have to re-up on certain things, or I just never I don't have it. My things are not in
the next topic, I guess. Ooh, I like this. Hello.
Finally, you come back. Hi, finally. You haven't been speaking. You finally entered the chat room.
I was doing a lot of thinking. You know, you do a lot of thinking. You don't enter the chat room without something, at least bringing something to the table. You gotta bring something. Like, okay, oh no, introvert. I can't. I know it's not about me being an introvert. It's not just that. You know, introverts are pretty nice. Yeah, pretty nice. But it's just like when you go to a party, like one of those parties, you're not supposed to like come empty-handed. You gotta bring something to feel great at the party. You never had somebody like that where they bring something awesome to a party? Yeah, like a potluck. You bring but you expect to bring that. I'm talking like something like more like personal, like interpersonal between everybody. Like celebration, you bring some food just to feel like the shit because somebody brought that food and everyone's loving it. Like you like like everybody claims they got the best mac and cheese. It's like
What are you talking about?
I was cut off a little bit. I'm sorry. I don't know. I forgot how I was gonna tie that in. But as the QT, I don't know if we're gonna keep that. Never mind. If we do, we don't. We'll figure it out. But what we were going over, or she was talking about, was consumerism. And I'm pretty sure I do not care if you are 13. I feel like you have. No, you have. Yes, you have. Even if you technically, as long as you have had a address, you have participated in consumerism. And if you think about it.
Even if you haven't had an address.
No, think about it. What do you get every day? Except for on the weekend. Yes. That counts as consumerism. But through government means though. Or through other people. Because it doesn't have to just be a package. You can be just your regular mail. You technically indulge in consumerism. I'd say you count that. You count that.
No?
Yeah, you can count that. I'd say you can.
Okay.
You get mail a lot out.
Mm-hmm.
And I
didn't think about it that way.
I just thought about that just now. But she was also explaining how there are a ton of companies having different policies and methods, and a lot of them are contradictory.
A lot of them are basically New York's MTA. New York MTA is basically our metropolitan system. You always hear about the subway. Real New Yorkers, native New Yorkers call it the train. But you always hear about how basically the train people, the bus people, same damn conglomerate. They always ask for more money. We need more money to fix this infrastructure that we're only going to fix for the people who are buying. We're spending the most stations, blah, blah, blah. And it's honestly the same thing with a lot of big corporations when it comes to retail or groceries. So we have Walmart, Target, Amazon. Like I feels like, well, not Target, but it feels like they're asking for a lot of money, but like they're saying we don't, or like they're still getting money and getting sales, but still at the cost of people, you know? So we are not trying to fix certain problems that happen from the pandemic. We are not trying to fix certain problems that happen from consumerism because, you know, just like how we ask, why are you here at work on the day after Thanksgiving? Because you're here. You're here. You're trying to buy this food.
Or no, keep going. Sorry.
The day after Thanksgiving, I actually worked a blue collar job. I was in the food service. Nobody came in. It's a small business, but still it's the food service and nobody came in. And we ended up going home early. Why? Because nobody was there to buy the product. And so if nobody's there to buy the product, then somebody can go home and enjoy their families. And I think that's what we're trying to say. It's like, we need to enjoy our people more. We need to enjoy.
Oh, I got another one before you wrap it up and say, oh, we gotta, like, the moral of the story. Mm-hmm. Before you get to the moral of the story, all of you people who buy so many things.
Like what, the TVs?
Oh, forget the TVs. Did you remember the TikTok I showed you? of the UPS truck.
The Mercedes?
Oh, the FedEx truck. The FedEx truck.
Oh, day after. You have to send it to me.
You got, oh my God. He said, how about, he said, I'm going to show you before Thanksgiving and then after. He said, it's still a similar thing. The only difference is you saw 2 packages missing from the truck. You guys are ordering a lot of stuff.
No, and I don't think
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, it doesn't matter if it's a holiday or if it's not a holiday. Because you think about it, during holiday times, you could plan to consolidate that much stuff. You could plan ahead and schedule while still trying to figure out all this. But if it's all the time, what is going to be the new normal? Because if you think this is bad and this happens on an everyday basis, think about what happens during the holiday season as it gets much worse.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't think it's like any day, like just because, we don't have the holiday. I think when it's not the holiday season or when it's not Q1 through Q3, those like basically Q1 through Q4, or basically January all the way down to October. Yeah, October. Because after October, actually, you know what? No, October's grouped in with it.
Yeah, they are.
Because October, that's when I would say capitalism, consumerism really starts, because consumerism gets the worst. It starts with you need more staff, but right now we don't have people who want to work, and so you need more staff to come on and help you deliver things and work for Halloween season. And basically, then you have people, I need a costume, I need a blah blah blah. Then you need, and we already told you, basically everybody sells everything. It's only the big 5-10 companies that sell things. And so you have people who are getting, you need somebody to come in, sell you a Halloween costume. Right after Halloween, it's November 1st, so it's either just groceries. So for Thanksgiving turkey, it's just groceries. But that's when they start advertising to you, buy, you need to buy for Christmas. And so by the time you get to Thanksgiving, you're ready to buy for Black Friday to buy Christmas gifts. And basically it's like 2-3 weeks before your Christmas, between Christmas and Thanksgiving. And that's not really too many. And that's like what, one paycheck for most people that get paid bi-weekly. So it's like, yeah, spend your money. And it's like consumerism is just heightened during the holidays. And I think, I'm not saying don't go outside, don't go buy stuff. All I'm saying is, or all we're saying, I think is, spend or buy intentionally.
Yeah. Because
we're not just about the supply chain crisis, but more so about they don't care.
They never did.
Their main goal is to make money. Their goal is not us really needing the product or us really using the product. Okay.
So guys, she looks a little frustrated, but she's okay. She's been doing a lot of talking, and I'm gonna introduce it this time. So she wants to also know what's on my mind.
Yeah, what's on your mind? I've been doing too much talking. You want to know that brain, it's in that noggin.
And I was thinking about it in the last episode, but she also brought it back up. Tipping. Oh my goodness, you do not believe. Do it again.
What?
Tipping.
Dun dun dun. So we have today at dinner, while we were having dinner, yes, we still have leftovers. Okay, our leftovers are still good. I don't care if it's Tuesday, they're still good. Okay, and we actually made some more fresh. Anyway,
it's also amazing if your leftovers last a long time. That means you really.
It's just a week.
No. Think about that.
You shouldn't eat it. You shouldn't eat it past a week.
No, I'm talking about the quality of your food to make it past that long without expiring. That says a lot, and that also begs another conversation for a later time. We're gonna talk about what's in your food, GMOs, all this stuff. Yeah, but no. There's sometimes natural food lasts that long, but that's rare. That means that is some prime quality stuff, and you need to find it again because I need to find it. But
at dinner today, we were reheating the food, and you showed me this article about this woman not taking DoorDash tips. You know, I think we always wonder as consumers of the app, we always wonder, can they see our order? Can they see where we're going on Uber?
Yes, we can.
We can.
Yeah, I was actually a part of it with my sisters.
Yeah, but you don't do
No. But the thing is, I was using their device, so I know I could click.
Yeah, but this not your profession.
No, it's not. No. The thing is, but is it technically my profession if I actually did it?
This is not your everyday.
No, it's not my everyday, but I did it before.
Every day.
You're not normally an
independent contractor for DoorDash or Uber.
If you work there once, even helped, you still are counted as a worker.
But you didn't even work there.
No, I did. I helped deliver stuff.
They didn't give you a check.
They gave me a tip.
They didn't give you a check or a tip.
But they did. They don't give them.
Your name?
No, but do they give them checks or tips?
Yes.
Who?
DoorDash pays them.
Yeah, it pays them.
The app pays your siblings.
But you can cash out. It doesn't give checks. You cash out to your account.
You understand what I'm saying.
No, but I still wasn't counted it. Yeah, I know. And my bank account was used in one of them, so I know. Yeah, I know. I haven't counted it. So yeah, I am an employee. I was an employee. Yes, I was. But now that I get to talk about my side, because I was actually on the other side, I've been on both sides. The ordering side, well, technically there's three sides. The technical side that fixes it, but we're not gonna talk about that. The side that you order from, you know, everyone, when you get late night, you're hungry, or you're at work, everybody knows if you're at work and you're hungry.
Or if you come home from work, if you work like the graveyard shift.
And you don't feel like cooking. You don't feel like cooking.
He used to.
Well, except I had that energy. I cooked because I would tell everybody, my joke was, I work from 4 p.m. to midnight. Sorry for falling off a little bit. But I'm gonna make it fast. I will have a joke with my family. I'll see you tomorrow because I get off at midnight, which begs, you know, it's the
because he's worked from 4 p.m. to midnight at his old job or at his last job.
And I would not see them until they woke up.
And so even when I was over there, he would come back in. He'd be like, it's Wawa time.
Oh, definitely.
And so we would order Wawa. Like there was this one point I think on Uber Eats and all the apps, Wawa was closed. You know, Wawa always has like their midnight oil shift change where they do something. I guess they do maintenance and cleaning. We weren't able to order. The only Wawa we were able to order from was in New Jersey. We were in Delaware. It was gonna cross state lines just to get to us in 30 minutes. I probably would have got to us faster than the ones in Delaware though.
It would have.
But
to circle this all back around into the whole tipping thing.
We wonder like if they can see our orders, if they can see what like where the orders are. Can they see that we don't tip them? And I know usually when, you know, I'm old school, you know, back in my day.
Back in our day.
Back in my day. My mama used to always tell me, she used to always tell me, when the delivery guy come to the door with the Chinese food, you give him a tip now. These guys, they work for their tip. She don't sound like Southern, but they work for their tip. So you need to make sure you tip them. They live off this money. So you need to give them $3-5. You hear me? And so even to this day, like yesterday, the guy came to the door. She said she get $5 tip. You know why? Because that's what you gotta do. These guys, they live off tips. I work for tips and I still live off my tips.
To put it in perspective, yes, she does. But at the same time, I know an abundance of people who work in the restaurant industry. Even not just fast food, we're talking about like all types of food. And they do work for the tips. Why do you think their minimum wage is low? They're allowed to be lower because those tips can jump from anything. But to come back to it, oh man, you made me almost lose it.
But the McDonald's worker.
What I was going with that is, yes, while you were saying that, can we see, and you're talking about back in your day, yes, they can see if you don't tip.
These new age apps, honey.
They can see if
They'll let you know.
They will let you know.
So, I know, I was like, you know, you don't give a tip till the guy gets here. And you give him a tip and they do something phenomenal. Like if you live in an apartment building and they say, I can't come upstairs.
You know what you sound like right now? You sound like this stereotypical, like I like her voice. Like you do ASMR sort of like voice, and that so many people would pay like OnlyFans for that right now. I feel like they would.
I need to get on it. You know, we need some money.
But to go back to tipping, yes, they can see your tipping, and it shows when a whole. Oh, I'm sorry.
Back in my day, we ain't tip till after you done did the job. And so these days, they ready to get the tip before they even do the job.
Yeah.
But I think the tip also helps them do the job. So give them, maybe gas money to do the job. Maybe fuels them to buy a little candy bar on their way to keep them awake and stuff. And
wait, why is it they're allergic to chocolate?
Candy bar. I didn't say
no, but most candy is chocolate though.
I said maybe.
Maybe. Why is it what else could they like?
Coffee, tea, something.
The coffee gonna cost the same amount as the candy?
It costs about $1. Candy costs $1. Coffee costs about $1.
I don't know. I don't drink coffee.
They need to buy a little something, to keep them awake so they can drive to the destination, get our food, and then drive from the destination to get after that they got our food from, over here to deliver it. And that is when we tip them back in my day, once they delivered the food. But these days, they want the tip beforehand, before they even deliver the food. Say I live in an apartment building and they claim, like these Domino's people, that they cannot come upstairs. You know what that counts for? No tip in our book. But, we're people. We're nice people, so we still tip. But I mean, they want the tip beforehand. And now they can see with these new age technology apps who wants to tip first beforehand and who tips afterward. Your tip is coming afterward. What difference does it make? It makes a difference.
It does.
It makes a difference, honey. Because they won't accept our orders anymore unless we tip them beforehand, honey.
Yeah. And it's not just if this falls off this. I don't want this to just mainly be a food industry one, even though that's where you see most tipping happening. This also goes into logistical work. You see the Amazon article about them hiding all that tip money. You know about that? Like they had to get that released. I think one of the federal agencies had told them they have to release that money. Sorry for that cut again. Just had to explain something to her. I had to explain something to her. But Amazon. I might have got the number wrong. How many people there are, but it's a lot of money that they laundered in that tip money, and goes back to say it's a double-edged sword about this whole tipping situation. It really is. Because you got shelves, and I'm sorry, editor. I'm so sorry. There's shelves, like in the TikTok video, if you play it right here, there's just one shelf of all that food, and it's just no tipping. And you see nobody going after it. Their food is just sitting there, and someone on the other side explains that, well, we don't have to tip you. And then the driver who does it,
she came back and said, you don't have to tip me. That's true. But I don't have to take your order either. I'm an independent contractor and I do not work for DoorDash. I work for myself. We are our own bosses and we do not have to take an order that does not include a tip.
Yeah, DoorDash, or whatever service, they give you the option. You don't have to take it. You can take something else. But it really begs the question of, it's really turned into a big bubble thing. Like all the people don't tip, you're not gonna pick up your food. So are they gonna mix an algorithm? Are they gonna do it differently? But I don't think they can, because you can see the tip and you still have the choice to pick it.
And that goes to show we don't treat our not customers. We don't treat people the same. You know, I think just as I said with Domino's, or even me and you, when we order, we don't like to tip until they come here. And I mean, I understand not tipping because literally you scraped together the money for that food.
And it's gotten expensive.
Food itself is getting expensive. Yeah. So just like the order itself before tip is getting expensive. So maybe all you have, I know a lot of times when I order, it's I know they say don't go out to eat if you don't have money to tip. But sometimes you need to order food to be delivered to eat. And you don't have money to tip. All you have is the money for that food because that's all you can scrape together.
Also, not to throw your idea down. This is actually to add on to her idea. Food's getting expensive. That inflation on that food, it's ridiculous.
Redonkulous.
Forget redonkulous. It's spectacular. I've seen in some stores.
That's Megan's butt.
No, forget Megan's butt. That's 3 Megan's butts. That's 3. Put 3 of her together. That's a lot of money. But not to don't laugh. but to really drive home the point, I've seen a steak that was over $300.
A steak?
Yes. And it's not just one. That was
you mean in the grocery store?
Yeah, in the grocery store. Not the one we're nearby, but on a TikTok video.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's also, I'm not going to show the video here. I need to give them a break. Future, whoever's editing this video. But the video also showed that was the cheapest steak. But to also go off the other point, the food's getting expensive. But not only that, they have taxes, fees, and they have processing fees. Small
businesses, especially small businesses. It's not like that's how you know it's getting bad. That you have a commercial brand who's already beating out and buying commercial businesses. Mm-hmm. A commercial brand. I saw an advertisement for Domino's like yesterday or something that said, "We as Domino's are encouraging you to not buy from us and buy from small businesses." Yeah. Like they said, ditch the apps, and they're an app too. They said ditch the food delivery apps and go order from a small or local business. Yeah. Because it's crazy. And even like I said, I work at a small business, and so that's one of the reasons that they're raising the price, because they say, you know, and they're like a money counter, and so they're raising the price. And so it's like, if you already have kids out here, local school kids who can't even afford a slice of pizza or French fries after school, or they have to choose between one or the other part of their meal. Now it's like they're definitely gonna have to choose. Like I remember back in my day, my dad could give me $20 and I can get by for the week, breakfast and lunch. Now $20 is literally gonna get you a day. That's it.
I wonder, are they really worried about us? Because think about it. And this might be like
about us as consumers?
Yeah. Think about it. This might be a catch-22 the way you think about it, because everything's perspective based. Think of it this way. There's that where they don't want the businesses, but you ever wonder why they care about them, even though they are doing better than them? Think about it from a sort of like not just a finance law perspective. The law about...
Well, I know they can't monopolize.
No, think about it. If they could monopolize.
If they could, then they would.
Yeah, no, that's the thing though. There has to be some small businesses too to balance everything out. There's a bracket chart when you do business. There's the conglomerates. There's the somewhat small business, regular businesses. Then there's the small businesses. It always has to be balanced out, or it will be called a bracket monopoly. So everybody up who destroyed that smaller thing, I learned this from my dad. Everybody up there gets taxed higher, and it messes up the market. Now our inflation shoots way up. So say Nike was the only one left. Now we're screwed, because now they're gonna have to pay more money, and they have to force a small business to do well. Now that price will never go back down, because Nike is the new standard, until the small business in the market can recover to feel those small businesses out again. Yeah.
And it's also going to give them a break, because Domino's can't fulfill every order. If Domino's had every order that was supposed to go to a small business, then it's like they can't handle it. They need more people. They don't have the manpower. Nobody wants to work for Domino's. Nobody wants to work for a small business. Somebody needs to help. Somebody needs to take care of it, so they have to share. They have to share in the service.
Yeah. And that could also be the other side too. That's because I didn't think about it like that, because it's depending on how you think about it. It could be a number of reasons. We don't know.
But tipping, like going back to tipping, it's like we often look at the people who are doing these jobs, and I think that's a revelation that's come from the pandemic, of looking at people doing these jobs as if they're nothing, or, you know, like, oh, well, you've chosen to do this for me. You've chosen to help me, basically. You've chosen to be the help, so be the help and take it without grace. You shouldn't need a tip. Like, I don't care about what happens with you, and I think that's wrong. But then it's like, you know, as we also said, it's also other caveats that go into why we're not able to do certain things.
Yeah. And to rephrase it in a different way, it's the same way she said it, but in a different terminology. We didn't realize how important some people are when you thought they weren't like that important. Like think about it. You got a McDonald's worker who's in the front line, crew worker. They're just regularly taking orders, scooping fries, making drinks.
I don't think that they get the McDonald's workers are even getting that they got essential pay for if they.
No, they did. Some of them did. Not everyone did. Some of them.
Yeah,
did.
But if you worked at any McDonald's through this time or any type of fast food industry, you should have got essential work or essential pay.
But where's the point first?
Sorry.
You didn't realize how important they were because, yeah, you got your chef, you got the boss, you got all that, but without that front line worker, there is no connection to the business. Without the people, without the everyone thinks the front line, oh, it sucks, but you gotta remember, you are the face of the company. Forget the PR department. You literally are the face of the company when the PR department's not around. Communications, all that.
Yeah, technically, it's not Megan who's the face of Popeyes. She's the face of Popeyes to the commercial, but she's not the face of Popeyes. Face of Popeyes, you don't get mad at Megan.
You get mad at the workers
because the hottie sauce doesn't taste right. You got mad at the workers because they didn't make your chicken right.
Yeah, because you can get on Megan on social media. Not to say you would, but you will get on the worker because the worker's there. She can be behind social media. She can be on the other side of the world, and you won't get mad at her because not everybody can get at her. But to also go back to the point, you don't know how.
And she's not the one serving you.
Yeah, she's not the one serving you. And who's to know? She's probably not the one. Well, no, I know she's not in the factory making no sauces. She's not. So who's to say you really blame her when she just cut a deal to make the sauce? But I'm sorry, I said it again. Bring it home again. You didn't realize that front line worker. I keep calling them front line, even though they are the crew worker. They are the communication between you and the company because they're the ones who actually do the communicating instead of the bosses.
Forget you and the company. It's even the food. Nobody
everything. Literally everything.
It's about the product that they serve. The product that they serve is a necessity. It's not like this is just something that's... Because honestly, with DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever else... Oh, basically, them four, Grubhub, they bought everybody else out. So, with those four, with the top four... forget Chow Now, forget whatever. Like them top 4 apps, food delivery apps, once you buy something on that app, you're buying it because it's a necessity. What are the 3 things you need to live in life? Water, food, shelter. And essentially, and those will bring you 2 out of 3. Water or something to drink and sustenance as food.
Yeah.
It's a necessity. They're providing a necessity.
The form of it isn't a necessity.
The form is not. No. I said the product. What they're bringing you is a necessity. And then the way of, or the system that we choose, that we are living in, capitalism, it becomes a necessity also to the person who's bringing it to you, the person who's driving it to you, the dasher, the Uber eater, whatever, they're and Postmater or whatever, they're bringing it to you, and so that's the necessity for them in order to get paid. Because if they don't get paid, they may not be able to pay their bill, pay their keep living wherever, maybe even get food, maybe even get their own food that day, and so or have the chance to cook their food, eat their food, have a place to eat their food, whatever. So what?
Just thought about that. Is that why a lot of these food places, food services, move to different modes of making money too? Mm-hmm. Because think about it. Before you got the whole passes and everything, remember that they take their commission out of the driver doing well and the order happening. If no one takes the drive, the order never happens. That means it's going to be on cycle forever, and eventually they have to give you your money back. So is that why they went to a base system so they don't have to rely on the driver anymore?
I don't know. That's a good point.
Because I wanted to think about that, because I'm like, they take it out of the original price, but price of that goes to the driver and then your tip. Tipping is important.
Yeah.
It's controversial to a lot of people, but it really is important. It's depending on which side of the coin you're on, both me and her, that we were taught to tip after. My family
but
does that
that's just
too.
because we grew up back in the day.
No, I'm not saying like that's the best way to do it. I'm saying like it's just we do it differently.
Yeah, we're not saying it's the best way to do it. I think I think people like to discredit Gen Z or whatever, but we're babies of the 99s, or literally the 99. So we grew up back in the day, and we grew up before certain things.
Yeah.
So we grew up before we had Uber, before we had Uber Eats, before we had Grubhub, Postmates, Chow Now, Seamless, like whatever, DoorDash, all these damn apps. And so we understand a time before then where you didn't have the delivery guy see your order.
Man, we were here before your streaming.
Yeah.
I can say that. I was here before your streaming.
You were here before. We were here when Netflix was just DVDs.
Man, we were coming out with the internet. Yeah. No, like we're not talking about.
I remember being like, Dad, can we order this on Netflix this time?
Yeah, we're not talking about like
in the mail and waiting, and we have to wait for it to get in the mail. Then you have to send it back. And I remember like, Dad, we got to send the Netflix back.
We're not talking about we're here.
We grew up. Yeah,
we grew up with the developed internet. No, we were with the internet developing.
People think we're not. People be like, you grew up with the internet. You grew up into the internet.
Man, I was here before there was internet.
We were here before.
Do you know what you had to do? If your parents didn't know what to tell you about something, go to the library.
Go to the encyclopedia.
Yeah, go to the encyclopedia. We had to read.
Okay, it's getting too.
Y'all didn't have to read. We had to read. You could read everything on your phone now.
But
you can.
We say that to say that, back in our day, literally though, back in our day, we didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Back in our day, we didn't have the apps. And because of that, I think we're also, it's an intersectionality where like now certain people who are of our age are meeting, again, like we said, scarcity, or we're meeting, financial or economic problems where we could just scrape by to afford our necessities, like food, or the fact that back in our day we tipped after the fact. We didn't tip before the fact, and so after. I think that may also be a turning point or tipping point because when deciding to tip, because people are saying, well, I don't need to tip, or I'll tip after the fact. You tip after you do the service. I think we're very much used to that, so we don't want to tip after. So we tip. Yeah, I think we're used to tipping once the service is done, not after, not before.
I was also gonna put the point. When did the algorithm become so big?
I don't know. 2018.
2018. Would you call this like the age of the algorithm really messing with things? Because it really made or break some people's careers.
I think that might be like this decade.
Yeah.
Because I think in 2010 to 2020, that's when it was like the apps were building. And towards the end of the 2010s decade, then like we started to give it algorithms. I think now we have like 2020 is probably going to be like a decade of algorithms.
Yeah, because it's... Sorry, you guys, if
this is how we speak.
Yeah, if you don't know, we go off on a tangent because that's amazing. That's what we do. But this is how we talk. I didn't mean that one. I didn't mean for that one to come out. But that's how we think about it sometimes. But all in all,
this has been off on a tangent.
Tipping is important. It's important to think about. There we go. That better is what it.
Whether you're from back in all day.
No, there were some people back in the day who didn't tip. They get mad.
Whether you're from back in all day and you tipped after the fact.
Or you're from the new age. Or some of you back in the day didn't do it either. You tipped. Ever. Or you tipped.
New age people did tip before.
Or you tipped before. New age, you tipped before. Yeah. Or you're one of those people who takes it on faith. You tip both times.
Whether you don't.
Or you do.
Whether you don't have the money.
Or if you do have it.
Tipping
is important. It is important. It is important. No matter which side of the fence you sit on. But at the same time, we can't stay like this forever. 'Cause, man, 30 of your life is spent sleeping. Gotta get some sleep eventually.
What? We can't spend like
No, I said a third of you can't do this all day because you got to get some sleep.
Do what all day?
can't stay on the video all day.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
But
because I'm tired.
But this has been episode 5 of Off on a Tangent.
And tune in tomorrow for the next VLOGMAS video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.